Alright, you lot. We're doing things a little differently this week. Not 'cause it's a celebration. It's one of them weeks where, you know. That kind of vibe. But don't worry, show rolls on. We've got game launches, clown show communities, proper news, dev rants, book stuff, and a few of your cracking questions. Some calm bits, some pure fury. All of it served raw and ready. Whether you're slumming it on YouTube, chilling on Spotify, half-assing your shift with Amazon Music, or wondering why Apple keeps pushing me in your feed, strap in. It's here Scotty time. So let's kick off with Big Dog at Week. Black Ops 7 is dropping on Friday, supposedly returned to form. And if you believe that, I've got a bridge to sell you. Look, I've been a COD fan since day bloody one. Not TikTok era, not loot box era, actual day one. Moment that franchise started drinking its own Kool-Aid were Cold War, and I knocked right out of there. I've dipped back in since, but only 'cause Game Pass served it up like a buffet. I didn't pay, and I'm not planning to now. Here's what they're promising: reduced SBMM, persistent lobbies, nerfed aim assist, 18 multiplayer maps, 2 zombies maps at launch, and more coming in Season 1. Sounds lush, right? Problem is, they've lied before. Every one of these weird your feedback campaigns is just a fishing rod to reel back OG crowd. Once you're in, they flick switch and it's back to Brocken. They're trying to butter us up with that little Caesars promo, and yeah, it's daft, but it's not clown skins or Seth Bloody Rogan voice packs. Just a pizza-themed outfit that looks like a PMC tripped in a Domino's kitchen. Fine, I'll allow it. If you're old enough to remember Bacon Camo in Black Ops 2, you know this ain't new. It's gimmicky, but it's not game-breaking. What is breaking game is AI. You're getting charged full retail for a product that's got AI fingerprints all over it. Prestige icons that look like they've been dragged out of toddler's nightmares. Blatant mid-journey knockoffs. It's not even good AI. It's sloppy. And for 70 quid? Jog on. As a solo dev, I get using AI to support workflow. But what they're doing ain't support. It's replacement. You fired talent to feed shareholders. You replace skilled artists with shite prompts. And you think we won't notice? Zombies? That's where I'm at. I'm a zombies metric, mate. Beta wasn't mind-blowing, but it was solid. Best it's been in years. 2 maps on launch, 3 more coming. That's juicy. But we know what's coming too. Dopamine drip feeding. Challenges too easy. Unlocks too frequent. You're not defending game. You're defending serotonin loop. Black Ops 7's best. Now, mate, you just need dopamine packs like a nicotine fiend. I'll say it once. If you're on Game Pass, sure, give it a go. But if you're paying real money for battle passes, store bundles, or any AI-driven shite, get your head checked. Watch for SBMM sneak-ins. Watch lobbies. If it starts smelling like a stitch-up, walk. That's your power. They're on the best behaviour 'cause Battlefield 6 is here and GTA 6 delayed to November 2026. They'll need to keep behaving. You've got leverage. Use it. Keep your radar sharp. If you spot me in multiplayer, drop me a teabag. Right, let's crack on with this week's freebies. Because let's be honest, if you're going to get milked by AAA bollocks, you may as well balance it with some free-to-play relief. And this week's stash ain't bad at all. Epic Games Store first. You've got Felix Reaper until Thursday 13th, a dark puzzle game where you're a dancing agent to death trying to impress life. Sounds like Tim Burton took acid at a rave. It's strict, weird, makes you think. Not for everyone, but if you got brain cells, go for it. Then there's Nix's Champions of Renown bundle for idle champions. Massive loot haul, 5 champs, gear packs, shiny cards, exclusive familiar, and potions. All free. It's basically Costco trolley of fantasy RPGs. If you've ever played it or plan to, grab it. You log in, and boom, it's yours. Amazon Luna next. Gas station simulator through January 7th. Buy a knackered petrol station in desert and turn it into a business. It's grim, it's grindy, it's weirdly addictive. Might be only time Amazon's let you exploit customers legally. You also get Lovecraft's Untold Stories until December 10th. It's a roguelite action RPG with all mythos chaos, random maps, cults, monsters, puzzles, madness. Basically what Skyrim mods dream of when they sleep. Then you got new tales at Borderlands up to February 4th. Narrative-driven chaos with Octavio, Fran and Anu doing the best not to die in worst city ever. It's not peak Borderlands, but it's a decent ride. If you like Thurston, you'll at least chuckle at this. Oh, and for retro fans, Dark Sun, Shattered Lands and Wake at Ravager are off for 2. Classic AD&D titles. Grim as hell, But if you like RPGs with permadeath, sand, and suffering, give it a go. Think of it as Baldur's Gate's evil twin on meth. And that's your week of freebies. No excuses. If your library's empty, it's your own fault. Now then, this week's award for peak muppetry goes to not one twonk, but a whole bloody gaggle of them. I'm talking about Softy's part at Battlefield Community. Crying, moaning, challenge nerfing dopamine junkies who've turned one of the most savage shooters into participation trophy playground. EA posted this smug little update about changes to XP and challenge requirements. We listened to feedback, they squealed. What did they do? They took challenges that actually demanded some skill and cut balls off them. Revived 200 teammates as support. Nah, let's slash that to 60. Because apparently pressing a button while crouching is too much for little Timmy. Win 5 games of conquest. Ah no, far too hard. Let's make it 2. And that poor lad's breaking sweat between TikToks. They nerfed everything. Multi-kills, weapon damage, even repairing vehicles. Why? Because some gobshite on Reddit cried that it takes too long. You've never done hard days gaming in your life, mate. And that game reflects that. These are the same clowns who say, no one revives. And yet they are a problem. Veterans revive. Veterans play objectives. Veterans get it. But these new twonks, they want all shiny rewards without grind. They want dopamine on demand. They're not gamers. They're slot machine junkies with controller. And here's kicker. When everything's unlocked in 3 days, they'll cry again. It's boring, there's no content. Of course there ain't, dipshit. You nuked it all with your whining. Same thing happened to Xtify. Challenges were too hard, so they nerfed them. You finished everything in a week, then bailed. Now that game's gone. Games used to beat content. You played for thrill, clutch moments, raw fate. Now it's all about bloody reward screen and that little chime when you level up. You're not a gamer. You're a fucking lab rat. So congrats to this week's Twonk Week, cowardly crybaby contingent at Battlefield Community, dopamine addicts, everything's too hard brigade. And yeah, probably COD crowd spilling over. Figures. Grow a spine, or go play Animal Crossing. Time for a quick review, and this one's personal. Sonic Rumble dropped this week, and I bloody love it. Not in a this is future of gaming way. Nah, it's a 5-minute sugar hit that slaps you in the face and leaves you smiling like an idiot. It's a party battle royale made by Rovio, Angry Birds lot. That had me worried, but it's shocker. They nailed it. It's smooth, sharp, and actually respects source material. You play as toy versions of Sonic characters in minigame carnage, fighting for rings and bragging rights. It's chaos, it's glorious, and it's free. Controls? Dead simple, but don't mistake that for easy. This ain't your grandma's Sonic. This is you versus 31 other lunatics, all trying to shove each other off platforms, dodge hazards, and nick rings like it's Black Friday at Argos. You get 32 players at start, 16 survive, then it's down to 8. Only 1 wins. You want to be that one? You better be quick, brutal, and just a little bit evil. Graphics are surprisingly lush. Toy aesthetic works. Don't feel cheap. They've clearly taken time to polish it. Levels look like they were built with proper respect for the franchise, not just slapped together for monetization. Soundtrack? Absolute banger. If you're not into Sonic music, you'll hate it. If you are into Sonic music, it's crack. I left menu music on. That never happens. It's not just nostalgic, it's energizing. Ring sounds are crisp, satisfying. Getting it and losing rings still makes you die inside. Perfection. Now big one, monetization. Yeah, it's the mobile first game. Yeah, there's a store. But it's twist. There's loads of stuff you can unlock just by playing. You don't have to pay to get cool shit. And when you do pay, starter pack's 99p. I've spent more on a coffee I didn't finish. For what they're offering, I'm happy to chuck a few coins their way. It's fair, it's sane, it's not exploitative. So verdict? It's not game at year, but it's not trying to be. It's a fast, fun, beautifully built side gig. A play while pizza's cooking kind of game. And I mean that as a compliment. It respects your time and don't insult your wallet. Score? 9.8 out of 10. Only reason it ain't 10 is cause no gets a 10. There's always room to polish something. It's free, it's fast, might just steal your weekend. Right, news time. And while everyone's frothing over Black Ops 7 and Battlefield's babysitting patch notes, bunch of proper juicy stuff dropped this week and barely made a ripple. Let's fix that. First up, Ars at Dead 2 Remake is now out on Switch, in a limited infected edition. And look, if you're old enough to remember pumping coins into zombified arcade cab while chain smoking and dodging school, this one's for you. It's a full physical edition. Comes with a sleeve and holographic cards like it's 1998 again, and it's heading to PS5 and Xbox in early 2026. Can't call yourself a real gamer unless you've screamed reload at a CRT screen. Then there's Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties. New details dropped. This one's coming February 12, 2026, and it's looking brutal. You got new combat styles like Ryukyu martial arts with freaking Tinbei and Roshin. Google it. It's basically shield and spear anime madness. Kiryu's more stacked than ever, plus you get to play as mine in Dark Ties, and that man don't mess around. Heat moves, mid-air combos, a Dark Awakening mod that basically turns him into a Yakuza supervillain. Game looks like it wants to break your ribs and cry about it after. Now let's talk horror. Run, full motion video horror game. Think Until Dawn but more cinematic and way less forgiving. You're a fitness influencer running for your life in Italian Alps. Yeah, I'll have to. But it's filmed like a proper thriller, stars real actors like Roxanne McKee and George Blagden, and there's 20 different ways to die, 5 endings and 3.5 hours of footage. Sat now on mobile for a tenner, PC release later this year. Real FMV freaks are gonna eat this and up. And for indie scene, What Stars Forgot just dropped a demo on Steam. It's a sim management horror game inspired by Star Trek and Terror. You're AI on a cursed starship, trying to keep crew alive while some mysterious cosmic bollocks comes for you all. 16-bit graphics, pitch black comedy, and vibe of someone watching Event Horizon with a laugh track. Demos live, early access in December. One to watch. That's your under radar bangers. No excuses now. You got time? Go dig into the weird side of gaming. Now, time to lift curtain on my own chaos. Game dev? On hold. Writing? Full throttle. And yeah, I didn't plan it that way. But story grabbed me by the throat and wouldn't let go. Now don't get me wrong, game's not dead, it's sat there lurking, like a pissed off pet waiting for attention. But books, they're alive. I've been deep in this world I built, and it's pulling every hour I've got. You know how it goes, you start writing and suddenly all plan changes. I had book 1 done, sitting tight while I worked on book 2. But then something big happened with a side character. I didn't plan it, didn't see it coming, and now that character's central. So I'm tearing into book 1 again, ripping parts out, stitching in new scenes. It's Frankenstein's monster at this point. But I love it. It feels real, alive. Like I'm not just telling a story, I'm discovering one. And even though I created world, I still find myself going, wait, is that right? Because once you start reshaping things, everything shifts. Timelines, motivations, callbacks, it all gets slippery. Goal here is to make something that sticks. Fantasy horror that it's different. Yeah, some tropes are there, you can't escape them, but I've twisted them into knots, let dread under beauty, and buried clues where you'll least expect them. And no, you won't guess which character turned everything on its head. You'll think you did, you'll be wrong. So yeah, dev tools are cooling off for now, writing's got me by the neck, and I'm loving every minute of it. I'll keep you posted, but just know, when this thing finally drops, it won't be safe. Now, let's crack on with your questions. Not a flood this week, but what came in was solid. First one's from Ages444, who asks, are you a big fan of fighting games? And are you able to play any fighting games at all? Short answer, sorta. I'm one-handed and too stubborn to mess with accessibility controllers. So no, I'm not pulling off Tekken 10-hit juggles or Mortal Kombat fatalities that require thumb gymnastics, but I still bloody play them. Mortal Kombat? I was there when Sub-Zero was still pixelated and everyone thought Blood Code were a myth. Tekken? Loved it since arcade days. Soul Calibur 5. Played hell out of that one. Swords, speed, and strategy, all in one gorgeous package. Dead or alive? Come off it, nobody played it for Fates, let's not pretend. I'm not a master, but I still throw down with KI and get me fix. These days I dip in more for lore than leaderboards. Fighting games have gone full soap opera, and I'm here for it. Cheers for that, Ages. Right, next and also comes from Ages444. With EA handling Battlefield 6 pretty well so far, what fuck happened to Skate franchise? Mate, Skate is dead. Straight up. I've got people testing it, and they said their feedback is being binned. Like shouting into the void. We reckon EA is listening to the wrong crowd. Probably the same soft bunch that new to Battlefield's challenge system. Testers are gutted, nobody's hyped, nobody's impressed. I don't even talk about Skate anymore, cause what's the point? It's a sad corpse being puppeted for metrics. And EA? They're pretending like it's fine, but it ain't. It's a write-off. Last thing comes from Pirate Friendly Arsonist 9195. Xbox games on PlayStation. What's your thoughts? Oh, we go in there, are we? Good. Helldivers on Xbox? Great. Xbox games on PlayStation? Also great. But real headline? This is death spiral for Xbox as a hardware brand. I've seen this movie before. Sega did same dance. They hung on to Dreamcast, kept faith, and when it didn't work, they pivoted to publishing. Xbox is doing it early. They know next console won't hit their targets, so they're setting up plan B. Go full publisher, drop exclusivity, cut hardware bleed. And honestly, it's smart. Harsh, but smart. Xbox hardware ain't pulling weight. Ecosystem, Game Pass, Cloud Push, that's where the future is. But they won't say it out loud. They'll keep pretending. Fans will keep denying. But it's coming. Next Xbox will be last console. After that, it's apps, services, and ports. I were a Sega guy. I know signs. So yeah, seeing Xbox games on PlayStation, that's just beginning. Cheers for questions, you legends. Keep them coming. Right, let's wrap this chaos up. First off, we've hit 1,940 subs. That's mad. That's not bots, not fluff. That's real blood and sweat viewers showing up week after week. Whether you've been here since I first lost me shit on X-Defiant Crybabies, or you just stumbled in last Tuesday after watching a short about some gaming meltdown, you're here, and I see you. Massive shout out to channel members, Asian Persuasion, Abapical, Firkinel, Scotty Seether, and Mayhem. You lot at core at madness. Vive la resistance! Shorts are doing well, long form's still holding its own, so I'm keeping both coming. If you like quick rants, you're covered. If you like long, messy, sometimes unhinged breakdowns like this episode, you'll keep getting them too. This channel ain't trying to win awards, it's just being honest. I'm not here to pretend every game's good. I'm not here to pander. I'm here to say stuff no dev studio wants to hear and no community manager will ever admit in public. So yeah, wherever you're watching or listening, be it YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, or some dodgy third-party app scraping my RSS feed, you know what drill. Drop a comment. Tell me what you hated. Tell me what you loved. Like, subscribe and all that bollocks. And above all, keep playing, keep pushing, and don't take shit from games that don't respect you. I'll see you next time, you magnificent.